All right, hey folks, we're here. TacMed TV Live episode number 4, I believe it is. Continuing on the every other Saturday roll, which take care of a little housekeeping on that. So, wasn't able to get anything out this week as far as any notification. I'm gonna look and see what the next TacMed TV Live is going to be September 12th. So mark that down. Uh, we'll be talking about something on the 12th anyway. And if you've all got questions, then we'll answer your questions. So anywho, had some stuff going on this afternoon. Some family medical emergency stuff going on this afternoon that I had to take care of. So I wasn't able to do my pre-production stuff that I would normally try to get done. So what I was going to talk, I'll just have to wing it a little bit, I guess. But what I was going to talk about today was we had training yesterday. And of course, we started out the day at the range and getting some firearms work in, getting that stuff taken care of, punching some holes in paper and stuff, such and things. So anyway, then the remnants of Hurricane Laura came through and pretty much grounded us out, which we had planned on at the halfway point of the training day. We had planned on moving to another location anyway and working on some simunitions work, doing some room clearing, hallway navigation, that kind of thing. Not going to, obviously, if you've been at this channel for very long, I'm not going to go into the specifics, and I'm not going to talk about tactics and how we do what we do. That's just not something I'm going to do. But anyway, one of the things that I thought about, and by the way, I'm shooting in a different location than I normally do. So if you happen to see a cat run by or hear a dog bark, they're out here with me. My two boys, Maxwell the kitty and Murphy the super dog, are out here amongst me today. And usually I try to sequester them to where they're not going to be knocking over lights and tearing stuff up. So anyway, but they're out here with me today because we just got back from the thing I was talking about earlier. So anywho, and Murphy's right here down at my feet. Looks like he's probably chewing on the rug. Y'all don't tell my wife. So anywho, getting back to yesterday, we had, like I said, our training day. We transitioned to another location to do some inside work, which was beneficial. But one of the things I got to think about, there's a lot of training days where we just suck it up and we're out in the rain. And even though it's summertime, something you guys need to think about when you're training with your team and you're watching out for them, so on and so forth. You've got to be watching the weather. We had already made the determination. The clouds were rolling in. Things were starting to look, pretty nasty, and we knew things were going to get a little sporty. Nothing compared to what the hurricane did when it came and made landfall. But for around here, we knew it could kick up quite a bit and get to be an issue. So while they were on the range, we're watching the skies. We're looking for lightning, because if we start having lightning, we pull everybody off the range. And then we had the sniper observers working on the lower end of the range doing their stuff. Excuse me. So that would have been one of those instances where you need to pull your team in and say, okay, we've got to do something different. We don't need to be out there. There's no sense in risking our lives during a training event. So that kind of made me think, one of the things that definitely slips through the cracks with your tactical medics and in tactical medicine in general is the realization that you have to have a broad knowledge base of not just medicine, but now I'm thinking, you need to know a little bit about meteorology, or at least be able to have your phone and a weather radar app on your phone and be able to read that weather radar enough to know, hey, this is what's getting ready to come, and being able to discern what kind of threats are coming your way. The Air Force, United States Air Force, I think they call them something different now, but it used to be the part of the special tactics stuff that the Air Force has are combat weathermen. I think they call them special reconnaissance now. But that's what they do. They're field meteorologists, special operators that are also meteorologists that can look at the sky and say, hey, this is going to be bad. We're going on this op. We're not going to be able to get any air cover, or we're not going to be able to get drones in, or whatever. So there's a part of that you need to understand some basics of meteorology in tactical medicine. Because no offense to my law enforcement brothers and sisters, they're not gonna take the time to look at that. That's something that's not gonna necessarily come into their thinking when they're working on doing a warning order for an operation. So that's something that just by default can fall to us. That's something that we can pick that slack up on. So you folks that are working with teams, I would suggest getting with a local meteorologist, or contacting the television station for your area that does a local news program, and see if you can schedule some time and talk to that meteorologist and just get some baseline stuff. When you look at the clouds, you can tell what the different clouds are. And some of you may remember this stuff from high school science class or middle school science class, the difference between the clouds, whether it's a stratus cloud or a nimbus or a cumulonimbus or whatever, and understand what those cloud formations mean, and be able to kind of get an idea of what is actually out there. So that's something else that can fall to us. Here where I live, we're lucky. We've got 2 television stations here. They both have meteorologists. And that might be something I do. If y'all think that might be a good idea for a video, let me know. I'll see if I can wrangle up one of the meteorologists and bring them in for an interview, and we'll talk about some of this stuff. As a matter of fact, I think that would be something worth doing right there. So I was thinking about that. And then the other thing I was thinking about too, it's summertime, and it was pretty warm yesterday before the rain hit. We're looking, high 80s, low 90s yesterday before the rain hit and started cooling everything off. But like I said, a lot of times we don't have an alternate training location to go to, like we did yesterday, and have something else on the training schedule for yesterday to allow us the opportunity to go do something else. So if we had been out there all day, now you've got operators that are soaking wet, and the temperatures dropped a little bit, maybe down into the 70s, that kind of thing, where you need to legitimately, if these guys get still for very long, they're going to get cold. Okay, water wicks away body temperature, body heat. If I remember correctly, at 3 times EMT boot camp just checked in. That's Jim Williams. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Oh, there's Dustin Embry. Dustin, you're always here. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for stopping by. Jim, I know you're sitting there watching. I can't remember. It's been too long. Is it 10 times faster water wicks away body temperature than air? I can't remember. But anyway, that's something that you need to start looking for and paying attention to. Is even in the summertime, people can still get hypothermic if they get still for very long. You need to keep them moving. Let's see, what's Jim saying? Are there online college or online courses, college course, etc.? We know a college that has a meteorological program that has expanded a bunch into tie-ins with emergency management, athletics, and etc. Yeah, I would say there probably are. I haven't looked specifically because, like I said, I didn't get to do my pre-production stuff and do a lot of research for today's show just because circumstances and stuff. But yeah, I do know there's college courses that you can do. Hey, there's Kenneth Jarrett. Hey, man, what's up, buddy? How's it going down there in Texas? Hope y'all didn't get flooded. Actually, where you guys at, I don't know. You might not have gotten much more than just some heavy rain. I don't know. I hope you guys are all right down there. But yeah, we're here at Western Kentucky University. They've got some courses. I think they actually have a program in meteorology, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm not 100% up to date on what WKU offers, but that's another place that you can look to. If you've got a college in your locality, look there. Oh, Kenneth, it's hot and dry. Go figure, man. Just you're right there in that part of Texas. It's always hot and dry, I think. Even in the wintertime, it seems like it's always hot and dry. No rain here, temp 102, 104. Man, stay hydrated. All right, stay hydrated and stay safe. But yeah, the meteorological stuff, that's something to look into, and I think I am going to go ahead. I'm on what Jim brought up there. It's a good thing to make me realize that we've got not just the actual meteorologists, we've got a college here in this area that I think does that. But that's some other places that you can look and just get some basic information, meteorological information, to where you can look at the sky and kind of say, yeah, this may happen or this may happen not, without putting it in a different way. It says hydrate and watch the wet bulb reading. You're right. No, yeah, for real. Kenneth, do you have, I know with our team, and I love my guys, they're a great bunch. They're a great bunch to work with. But it just seems like a lot of times, as tactical medics here, it seems like we're being the mother hen. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, making sure that they're staying plenty hydrated and they're not slacking off and not drinking. And, oh, well, I'm not thirsty. Well, I don't care if you're thirsty or not. It's 98 degrees out here and the humidity's 92%. Drink water. Do you have that same kind of issue with your guys that we do? Is that a standard issue across the entire tactical medicine realm? Water 25 times faster. Thank you, but that's immersion, right? Might not be just as bad as being moist. You had to use. I hate that word. Moist. Ugh, that's just not even a fun word to say. That's one of those words. Yeah, thank you, Jim. They're all caps, moist. Yeah, that should just be that's one of the few words that should be banned from the English language. Okay, moist. Ugh, don't like it. Don't like that word. But anyway, realistically, guys, that's about all I had to talk about today. I was going to keep it short and sweet, and just to the point, and talk a little bit about that. Just make sure you're taking care of your folks. Okay. Make sure you're taking care of your team. The things that we do are a lot of people have this image of tactical medicine as just being, we're here to plug holes, stop bleeding and plug holes. Well, that's not what we do. Most of our time when we're on a training, we're literally standing around. Well, sometimes depending upon what the training day is, we're standing around watching over these guys, making sure they don't get hurt. And if they do get hurt, we take care of them. On the missions, of course, in the mission, we're making sure we're going up to them, we're polling them. Hey, you doing okay? You need anything? We're constantly watching over them. Throughout the rest of the time, twice a year, when they do their qualifications, we get the medical records out and we go through and let them update their medical information, see what kind of medications they're on, if they're on any, what type of illnesses they may have, what kind of medical problems they may have, make sure they update their allergy list, that kind of thing. Kenneth Jarrett, we have them drink water every hour and take breaks often. We provide them with 50-gallon cooler of ice and water and keep 1 gallon bags filled with ice. So we have that. We do something similar with that. Travis Puckett, my buddy. Good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, my gosh. As soon as I made that comment, I knew I figured Jim would be the first one to make a comment when I mentioned that. We're not just here to plug holes. So as soon as I said it, I knew somebody was going to come up with something. But man, I'm glad to see you here. Good to see you, Travis. Yeah, Kenneth, we do something similar with our cooler. We'll take a couple of sheets as well and put in there so we can have ice sheets if somebody gets overheated and we need to cool them down. Same thing, we try to make them drink at least every hour. We even try, especially when it gets hot, or even in the wintertime, I try not to let them do too much, even with their plates in, because, you know, just over time and doing that job where you're wearing that vest for hours and hours on end, you know, that's going to take a toll on their back. And we've actually had some of the other members in the past, because I've been with this team for almost 15 years now, and that's something that a lot of the past members have talked about, is just the fact that their back hurts. So we try to get them to train, you know, take the plates out every now and then, let their back have a little bit of rest, because those vests are heavy enough as it is. And then when you add those plates to it, it just really wears them down. And, you know, they'll come to us the next day and say, man, you know, we got home last night, back was hurting, yada, yada, yada. So we try to push that, but there's a lot of testosterone on the team as well. God love them. And they don't want to be seen as a weak link or anything like that. So sometimes it's kind of hard to get them to understand that, listen, guys, this is training. And yeah, I understand you train how you fight, but you also have to take care of yourself too. So there's some compromise in there that you have to make. So anywho, that's about all I've got. We've got 16 minutes in. I actually think I'm probably going to wrap it up here pretty quick. This is going to be a short one today. I just wanted to get out here and see you guys and see everybody here. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I've got the video. I don't know if I'm going to be able to shoot it tonight or tomorrow, because we've got some other family issues going on. Got one coming up on pulse oximetry. I've been for years. I've been just chomping at the bit to do some stuff on pulse oximetry. Even started writing an article to submit to like GEMS and EMS magazine and stuff, some of the trade journals on pulse oximetry, because there's just a lot of times I see it being used incorrectly. And I think a lot of people don't understand truly what it tells you. And even in today's world, I'm seeing, you know, people that'll use it and they'll look to that as, oh, well, their saturation's 98%. They don't need any oxygen. But yet you look at your patient and they're exhibiting some dyspnea, having a little bit of trouble breathing, but yet, the sats are good. Well, you know, pulse oximetry is a tool, and I'm not going to get into it here. That's going to be in the video, but that's something that's just that's always kind of irked me. Pulse oximetry is a tool. You still, and raise your hand out there if you've ever heard this term, treat your patient, not the monitor. All right. So if your patient looks like they need oxygen, give them oxygen, that kind of thing. So, but we'll go into that into the video on pulse oximetry, but I've got that coming up soon. Like I said, I don't know for sure when I'll be able to shoot that, but it is coming. What is I keep flamingos in a bottle? I don't get the reference, Jim. You're going to have to give me a little bit more on that one. I don't get that one completely. I get the flamingo because flamingos are cool, but are you calling me a baby because I'm whining about pulse oximetry? I bet that's it right there. That's it. So anyway, we'll have that video coming soon and some other stuff. We're going to get Jim. As soon as Jim gets to the point where, you know, he's dusted all the sand off, and he can come in and do an interview. We're going to talk to him about his recent experiences, because I think that would be beneficial for everybody, especially those of us that are working with teams, to make sure that when you're working with your officers, it gives you a little extra thing to think about. You know, when I have been talking to Jim about his experiences and everything recently. So we're going to get him back in here when he gets better and feels like sitting down, which, yeah, it's what he normally does. So he should be good for that. But we'll get him in here and have him talk about those experiences. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Thank you so much. Again, the next one's going to be September 12th. It'll be the day after September 11th. So I might do something a little different on that one, since it's going to be right there close to September 11th. September 11th is a pretty solemn day for a lot of us in this field. So might do something a little bit different on that for that show. But anyway, guys, again, if you've got questions, put them in the comment section below. I'm going to put some more links in the comment section to check out for the t-shirts, the TacMed TV t-shirts, the 2A t-shirts. Jim, if you've got some shirts, I know you've usually got some stuff going. I don't know if you've got your EMT boot camp stuff up yet. If you do, shoot me a link. I'll put it in the description as well. You guys, I appreciate everything y'all do, you know, coming back here and hanging out and seeing us. So, EMT Eddie, your co-host, to hydrate. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, hydrate. That's very important. So anyway, all right, we're going to get off here. Stuff in the description box. Check it out. If you've got comments, questions, concerns, comments, complaints, leave them in the comment section. I look at every comment and I try to comment on every one of them. I try to give you guys an answer back. So because I want that interaction, I want us talking to each other. So anyway, that's all I'm going to have for today. I'm going to get out of here. We're at 20 minutes, almost 21 minutes. This is a short one today. So I will talk to you guys later. This will be up in a couple of hours. You can go back and review it, whatever, if you want to. Thanks again for stopping by. As always, my name is Steve with TacMed TV, telling you guys to stay safe. Thank you all. Bye.